What's going down, fam? How are you? How are you? How are you? It's your boy Phantm Phuego, Phantm Phuego, and you are now tuned into the news, views, previews, and reviews with just a twist of his ghetto point of view. Ooh. Hope you guys having a great week so far, despite all the madness, man. Despite all the craziness, the shootings, the rioting, the loss of life, man. I hope you're good. I hope you're doing well. I hope, despite everything, you figuring out some ways to get to it. Keep it going. Keep it moving. Keep it pushing. Stay alive. Like, staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Hey, you can tell by the way I walk. You know what I'm saying? You can tell by the way I walk. Lady Bank. I'm silly, y'all. Forgive me, man. And I just really appreciate how y'all rock and vibe with the show every week. It's gonna be a cool show, man. We're gonna get into some dope things, some very interesting topics this episode. So stay tuned, stay connected, keep it close, keep it tight. It's your boy Phantm Phuego, Phantm Phuego. It's gonna be a fun-filled episode, but none of these episodes would be possible without you guys. So please continue to send in your questions, comments, critiques, criticisms to his ghetto point of view at gmail.com. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. HISGHETTOPOINT. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. Definitely answer all the questions. It does take me a little bit of time. Forgive me, gang. So many of you hit me with so many thoughtful, insightful responses, and I want to make sure, I read them thoroughly and I get back to you, with also as much thoughtfulness and insightfulness as you took to take your time. I don't really get like 1 or 2 word emails. I get paragraphs, and I really appreciate it, because that means something I said triggered that level of energy that motivated you to respond in such a way. And so I really appreciate that. I prefer that, to be honest with you. Yeah, people can hit me with the yo in the DMs, great job, good show, that was funny, or this was hilarious. But I really do like it when people take the time to write a letter, old school. I understand that may make me sound crazy, but it doesn't have to be physically penned. We got emails, we got DMs and all that. And I really do appreciate when someone takes their time out to really dig in deep on a topic or a subject and be like, yo, Phantm, I really agreed with you here. Or, yo, Phantm, I don't agree with you here. Or, Phantm, you was fucking bugging. You sound crazy, and here's why, motherfucker. Whatever it is, if you really take your time and your heartfelt energy to give me your perspective, whether you agree, disagree, love it or hate it, or infuriated by it, or plain disgusted, I really take the time to listen to it all, and I'm truly appreciative of every single thing that happens. Like, really, really, and truly, please understand that. So, I just want to say thank you, because the love, the hate, the ups and downs, the news links, the video links to watch, the news articles, the book suggestions, all of it really helps me to continue to cultivate my craft, to continue to push forward toward my ultimate goals for this show. I have a lot of amazing things in store for y'all as we transition over into year number 2. We are going to take a brief intermission as we coordinate the technology for year 2. Probably take like a show or 2 off. I'll try not to make it more than 2 shows off. But if we can coordinate the technology transition without taking any shows off, I'm not taking a damn show off. You know what I'm saying? We'll have a 1 year extravaganza. You know what I'm saying? 1 year in extravaganza. So that'll be dope. Either way, we'll have the extravaganza, but I'm just coordinating by the end of next week exactly how it's all gonna go, whether I'm gonna need to take a day or two off to transition to technology, or I'll be able to just implement the new technology and keep it running, keep it rocking. It's 2021. You know, there should be some ways to get that done, but I don't want to put too much into it without seeing exactly logistically what I have to do, i.e., like, you know, what's the nuts and bolts of it, the nitty gritty, get down into the mud and get my hands dirty. So I don't want to promise something I can't deliver on just yet. But by next week, next Sunday show, not this couple, but by next Sunday show, I'll be able to give you guys more of a definitive timetable on how things is looking, the technology updates, the surprises we have for you for the end of year 1, beginning of year 2. And yeah, I'm very humbled and honored and privileged. Maybe I'll take a day off anyway, just to celebrate the fact that I've done something so amazing. You know, we shall see. They say celebrate your wins, right? And I'm a big believer in that. I used to not be a believer in that at all, but like, that's kind of lame, you know what I'm saying? Because if you always keep your head down, you always grinding, you never take a moment to look up, you could let a lot of time go past, and you can always keep pushing the goal line, and you'll never be satisfied, you'll never be happy, you'll never be content, you'll never be wow. You'll never have a moment of gratitude. You'll never be grateful or thankful, because you keep pushing the goal line to what success looks like. There's nothing wrong with being ambitious, having high goals, and being determined to push through and make that happen. But do it in balance, do it in reason, and make sure that no matter what, you having a good time and you enjoying the journey. You're in love with the process, and even the small W's. If it's truly a W. If you finished one song, got it fully mixed and mastered, and up onto the streaming platforms. If you finished a movie, if you finished rehearsing your lines for a movie, and you landed a part. You do graphic design, you created your first NFT, or you know what I'm saying? You are artist period, and you created an NFT. You started investing in cryptocurrencies or into stocks. You started taking a new class on cybersecurity, or whatever you're doing to get to that next genuine win, that new certificate, that new skill you upgraded, those old skills you done polished off and upgraded, learning in a new wave. Whatever you've done, if you've been able to finally start saving up some money, and you're starting to look at things at a different perspective in life, whatever you've done, congratulations, kudos. Now let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? Let's really get to it. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get to it. It's your boy Phantm Phuego. This is his Ghetto point of view. We'll be right back. Yeah, gang, we back. We're back. We are back. Hope you guys are having a great week. As I said previously, it's a lot of interesting games going on out here, man. Let's jump into it. Let's get right to it. If I haven't said so already, shouts to both the Baylor Bears, who absolutely mauled Gonzaga. Absolutely mauled Gonzaga, literally. And shouts to the girls over at Stanford, man. Haley Jones is different. Haley Jones is different. She remind me of like damn near a female, like LeBron. Almost the way her eyes are just wide open and she sees the floor, and how or damn near like a female, like Magic. Like, and I don't mean to put such pressure on such a young lady, But the way her eyes are wide open and she's seeing the floor, and she's tall and big. She's a forward. She's legit forward. But that don't stop her from running the break, running the one, being the coordinator of the offense, being the loudest one on the floor, telling people where they need to be in their spots. Just an amazing player. Just absolutely amazing. Shout out to everybody that was on that Stanford team. They had these two young ladies, the Hall twins. They had this girl, Cameron Brink, who was Steph Curry's mom was her godmother, so she was there in the audience. I can't remember his name at the moment. It escapes me. Russell Wilson's, I believe, younger sister is also on the Stanford team. So they definitely have a packed squad full of serious athletes who have lineage and legacy to high level athletics. So they're a very, very good team. They're very solidly put together, and Brink and Haley Jones are both just freshmen. So that pair will be there killing people for at least the next 3 years. So that they'll definitely be very entertaining to watch. They're just so tall and long and lean, and then they had these two twins, the Hall twins. Whew. The team was just tall, man. It was just tall and long, and it was just scary just to look at. I used to think the girls from UConn were like super tall and nobody could compete with their height. So I saw that Stanford team and I was like, ooh. Is that what tall girls really look like? Damn. Like, damn. It was crazy, man. Especially that Cameron Brink girl. She's ridiculously tall. And she's long, man. Super long. A real center. But what's crazy is she's still so like model-esque that she could literally be like a model. And it was crazy because when they were doing the finals pregame show and stuff, and in the introductions, they were like, yo, in another life she would have been a model. I was like, why don't she just still be a model now? What the hell? It's very rare to be able to do all that rough and tumble stuff, to put all that work and to be a high level basketball player like she is, but to still be able to maintain your grace and your elegance. So, take advantage of the genes while you got them. Cameron Brink, do your thing. She was the number 3 girl on the ESPN's 2020 list, so she's a very highly touted recruit. And her and Haley Jones both went to Stanford together, and that definitely was a positive, smart decision, and it led to them beating number 8 projected selection, Ari McDonald, who's projected to go number 8 in the draft this year. Shout out to her and her family. They played an amazing. Shout out to the whole Arizona team. They had an amazing run. I'm very, very, very bothered that my teams, South Carolina and UConn, respectively, lost to these people. Or I would have even been cool with Baylor making it, because I support some of the people on Baylor's squad too. But Stanford and Arizona played an amazing game. I thought this was going to be Paige Buecher's start at an amazing run. Or the first ring of many for Zaya Cook. But those things will have to wait at least another year for one of those teams. But those teams need to be in the finals next year. Y'all got to get past Stanford. A lot of the people from Baylor are older, so they'll be leaving. Like, they had this 5th year. The person who took that last shot was this 5th year transfer, I believe, from Baylor from USC or something. I can't remember what school the young lady transferred from, but she was dumb nice, and she got straight to work when she transferred in. And they made her a heavy part of their rotation immediately because she looked like she was giving girls the business in practice. Like, when you a 5-year player, you better be giving people the business. You're bigger, you're stronger. You might not be as fast as the younger ladies because you put in a lot of work. But everything about your game should be on an elite level when you're in your 5th year of playing college ball. Yeah, I should be able to put you in the game and plug you in for 20 points. off the rip, if that's the type of role you play, off the rip. So she was doing what she was expected to do. Shout out to so many amazing girls teams. The talent has definitely spread out. It's not just UConn and Tennessee and maybe Texas A&M anymore. And Texas A&M had an amazing team too. But I said that previously. But man, shout to the girls' game is in a very good place and it's coming up. I feel like some of the drama surrounding the girls' game, where you have like people saying it's unfair and this and that, could kind of take away from how amazing they are and how they're really pushing the narrative forward. I don't know what else to say besides that, except yeah, they're pushing the narrative forward. They are pushing the narrative forward, and I think that there will be much less discrepancies between men and women's pay in the very immediate future. I don't think that it's fair to put that onus just on the NBA to pay the people more. I feel fans should stop complaining, and if they really about that action, they should buy some merch, buy some jerseys, go to a game, do any of those things that would create the capital necessary for the players to justify higher salaries, not just complain and cry. That gets nowhere, that does nothing, that resolves nothing, that doesn't give the ladies' teams a justifiable foot to stand on, whether that be NCAA or WNBA. If you want those girls to be able to go into the front office and say, I deserve this, then they need to be able to say, our game generated $50 billion. Our game generated $70 billion. As of right now, just for example, the Women's Basketball League TV contract is sold. The rights to the women's basketball game, the women's NCAA tournament, is sold as a part of a TV package with several other sports. And that whole TV package is worth about $15 billion. Whereas the men's game itself, the men's national basketball championship itself, earns $300 billion, generates $300 billion in TV stuff. So that's a $300 billion discrepancy. You can't make that up with picketing and rioting and signs. No, you need all these females who claim that they want this fairness in the WNBA and in college basketball to buy jerseys, to buy tickets, to go to the game, to support the game. Because you know who's really at these games? You know who's really supporting girls basketball? Men, particularly men who like basketball, support the girls game way more than anybody else. Way more. We'll jump into it. We'll be back. Yeah, gang, we back. So in NBA news, Russell Westbrook is back to putting up meaningless triple doubles. And listen, I've gotten a lot of hate over the years for being an absolute Russell Westbrook hater. I hate everything about Russell Westbrook's game. I think he's a cool person. I think he's a nice guy. I think he's a genuine individual, as much as he can be. Again, this is an observer from the outside's perspective, not somebody who hangs out with the dudes. So, take it with the ghetto point of view perspective that it is. But I don't ever see Russell Westbrook winning a ring unless he's allowed to win it being the guy. And there's just some players like that. Some players just don't want to win the ring unless they can win it scoring 30 points, 19 rebounds, and 15 assists. If they can't average that while doing it, they'd be better off without it. They would rather just have the stats. They want, when they go home to their city, they want to be like, yo, I just put up a 30-piece. They want to be able to say, I put up all these crazy numbers, Pardon me, give me a very sorry about that, gang. Very sorry about that. Very sorry about that, gang. But yeah, when you think about it, how the man has multiple MVP awards, right? The man has put up. He's broken the triple double record. You know what I mean? When you adjust for pace, this dude is he's killing it. Listen, he takes up a lot of possessions, but he's efficient. You know what I'm saying? And not only does he work on offense, he works on defense. He'll have 14, 15 rebounds for somebody who's, arguably maybe 6'2", 6'3". He's a dog. He gets in there, he boxes out, he will get you boards. And he transitioned to this team midway through the season. So whatever. Is it fair to say, oh, he's the reason they're not achieving and not doing what they should be doing? I don't know. But I know, it's him and Bradley Beal there with Rui Hachimura. Some nice backup pieces. There should be no reason they going on these 5, 6, 7 game losing streaks. In the West. In the East, in the freaking East. I thought Russell Westbrook was going to come to the East and it was going to be game over. I said at least in the East he could go crazy. He could have his team in the top 3, top 4. He can really show people what he can do, and he's that guy. But everywhere he's going, he's just proving. I mean, it may not have been KD. It may not have been Paul George. It might just be Russell Westbrook, y'all. It might just be Russell Westbrook. Look at Chris Paul. Chris Paul, senior statesman of the league. As ball dominant as Russ is, but way more efficient. Way more efficient. Does what he does within the offense. Runs the offense like a general should. Doesn't take away from the other people on the team succeeding and shining. Oh, but Chris Paul has Devin Booker. Russell Westbrook is on the team with Bradley Beal. Oh, the Suns got DeAndre Ayton. The Washington Wizards drafted a superstar in Rui Hachimura. And they also have Devin Avdija just sitting there not doing anything because they drafted Russell Westbrook. I mean, because they traded for Russell Westbrook. And there's no way you can have that kind of guy there and then give Denny Avdija the ball so he can develop like he's supposed to. So not only is he inefficiently mucking up their record while he's stuffing his stats, he's slowing down the development of future potential stars in this league. And this is what Russell Westbrook regularly does. This is not new. This is not a secret. But you get around these diehard Westbrook people and they be like, oh, he's the man. You're bugging. You're crazy. He's the guy. He's the guy. He's not the guy at all. This man is not the guy at all. He will never be the guy. He will be one of these dudes that when you look back, you'll be like, damn, this dude averaged 30 points and But he'll never have a ring. He will never take a team to the promised land playing the way he plays now. He's going to have to be able to trust his teammates, let the ball go, and relent. And that doesn't mean he can't be a walking triple double, because I understand that's when you buy the Russell Westbrook brand, you're buying somebody who's going to come to your team and put up triple doubles. When you go to see him play, you're paying the price of admission to watch someone play who's going to dunk on people, be a highlight, be hyper aggressive, and put up triple doubles. Listen, I love the energy, the fervor, the spirit that this man plays with. And I think it comes from a genuine space. I don't think he's being fake or faking the funk. Again, 1,000 miles removed, just my ghetto point of view. But what I don't like, I don't think the way he plays is a way that's gonna win a championship. He's a two guard and point guard's body, but he can lead your offense because he's just that good as a passer, and he puts a lot of heat on that ball. Like very few defenders want to even touch it when he puts everything into it. So he can get the ball to teammates on time and on target with no problem. I wish he would average 30 assists a game. What are you talking about, Phantm? That's crazy. He can't average 30 assists a game. Yes, the hell he could. Russell Westbrook could literally lead the league in assists. He could average like 20, 25 assists easily, which would be more him focused on elevating his teammates while also getting the rebounds, the steals, the block shots, and bring his scoring down to about 17, 18 a night. 25 maybe. 20, 25. If he could bring his scoring down to 20, bring his assist totals up to 20, keep the rebounds and all the defensive acumen and the intensity, and become more of a focused floor leader, the sky's the limit for Russell Westbrook. I feel he just has all the pieces together and just has all the pieces to the puzzle, but he just keeps putting it together wrong. But he makes sure to keep the triple-double piece of the puzzle intact. Everything else around it, it's a potluck, man. It's a smorgasbord. It's whatever he wants it to be. And this is just his ghetto point of view. Yeah, man. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com if you feel I'm bugging. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com if you feel I'm bugging. Russell Westbrook got his 20th triple-double of the season. 23 points, 14 rebounds, 15 assists on 8 of 11 field goals while helping beat the Orlando Magic. And this is an Orlando Magic that has removed Gordon Hayward. Removed Aaron Gordon. I believe also removed Evan Fournier. Doesn't really have much of the same leadership as they used to. And they still almost beat the freaking Wizards. With people like Cole Anthony, RJ Hampton. What? I believe they also moved Vucevic. So, what is the Orlando Magic's roster now? I'm not going to sit here and play like I watch them play, because, the only people I like on there are Cole Anthony and RJ Hampton. They're not the main pieces of the puzzle just yet. Cole is, though. Cole, they're going to get a ball to and let him go to work. But RJ is not going to get the same leeway just yet. But him, Cole, they can really be something special. Right, so the Orlando Magic's current roster is composed of... they got Cole Anthony right at the top. Well, it's in alphabetical order. Cole Anthony, Dwayne Bacon, Mo Bamba. And I think Cole and Mo Bamba are going to make a very nice team. Kem Birch, Wendell Carter. I think Cole, Mo Bamba, and Wendell Carter, that's a very nice start of something. Then you got Markel, who hopefully comes back from injury okay. RJ Hampton and Gary Harris pickups were very, very good. They also still have Jonathan Isaac. And they picked up Otto Porter, who is not a superstar, but I feel is better in this reserve role for them. And they still have Terrence Ross. Older Terrence Ross, but he's still the 3-and-D guy, can still get up above the rim. And they have Chuma Okeke. So, listen, man. Cole Anthony, Mo Bamba, Wendell Carter, James Ennis, he's definitely a bucket. Markelle Fultz is super special. R.J. Hampton, Gary Harris, Jonathan Knight. Listen, this is Otto Porter. This is a very, they're young, they're rough, but they got the makings of something very special here. They got the makings of something super special here. They can hold on to this young roster and let these kids grow together. The sky's definitely the limit because Cole's only 20, Mo Bamba's 22, Wendell Carter's 21. Markelle Fultz is probably out of there. R.J. Hampton's 20, you know. Jonathan Isaac's 23. Gary Harris is probably out of there too. He's probably at this point going to get to a veteran team and help lead them as a sixth or seventh man, spark plug off the bench, lead their bench unit. Otto Porter, great guy. If they could keep him as their leader, youngish leader, I think that's great. Him along. They got Chase and Randall, who's a great point guard, older point guard at this point. Yeah, man. I don't have no problem with this team. I think this team is great. James Ennis III, I think, is a great veteran to have on its squad. And Dwayne Bacon is a very solid veteran backup scoring guard at this point who can also run and facilitate your offense. And he's very tall for a scoring guard, so he can also slide over and play the threes like 6'6", 6'7". So between 6'5" and 6'7", let's just say that. So, listen, man, they've got some pieces. It's just going to take a while, you know. They're dealing with a lot. It's going to take a while. But, yeah, I think they'll be all right. Otto Porter's foot is out. Gary Harris is just out. Jonathan Isaac and Markelle Fultz have been out for a while as well. So, you know, it's going to take them a while. But if they can get all those pieces back together healthy, I think they'll be very special. I think they will be very, very special. Shouts to the Utah Jazz for setting the record for 3.5 and by also beating the Magic a few days ago, 137-91. You know, it's like that. But that Lamarcus Aldrige trade to the Nets, they're just cheating now. They are just cheating now. It's like the NBA is helping stack the Nets. They don't want LeBron to get that Knicks ring. Jesus. Like, between the Nets having Lamarcus Aldridge and Aaron Gordon come. I mean, not Aaron Gordon. Between the Nets getting Lamarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin and Aaron Gordon going to the Nuggets and Rajon Rondo going to the Lakers. Like, they making LeBron's path to this chip so hard, boy. Ooh. But you know, to the victor goes the spoils, man. To the victor goes the spoils. So, it should be very interesting. I'm loving every minute of it, and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy every minute. Yes, Evan Fournier is on the Boston Celtics now. Definitely. So, yeah, the Magic have a lot of nice young pieces, and we'll see where this goes. They have way more nice young pieces than the Knicks. And don't get me started on the Knicks and how they could have gotten both R.J. Hampton and freaking Cole Anthony in these previous drafts, and just chose not to. Oh, they wanted Obi Toppin. What the fuck is y'all talking about? Y'all already got Mitchell Robinson. You giving the whole bag to Julius Randle. What do you need Obi Toppin? For what? You needed a point guard to play with R.J. Barrett in the backcourt. Cole, you wanted a hometown kid, take Cole. You wanted a hometown big man? Take Precious Achiuwa. Precious is having a way better season with the Heat. I don't understand. I don't understand with these guys. They pick these old school players in 2021. Oh, dude can barely dribble. He cannot play an NBA game in 2021. Now, Obi Toppin, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You won't take Cole. You won't take Greg Anthony's son. You won't take that kid. What? The one who was being trained by Melo. You won't take him. The hometown Catholic high school superstar. You won't take him. Y'all have lost your minds. You've absolutely lost your mind. I have no more sympathy for the Knicks. I feel that the Knicks are losers, and I feel anybody who's a Knicks fan is a glutton for punishment. You're sadomasochist. You just like when people whoop on you. You're nasty. You're nasty. Ow. You're nasty. You one of those motherfuckers that like to get gagged and beat and spanked and have a woman just put it all on your face. You one of them niggas. And listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's your thing. That's your thing. But come on. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Just his ghetto point of view. You could tell me I'm bugging. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. Also, thank you so much to everybody who continues to donate via paypal.me/Phantm Phuego. PayPal.me/PHANTM PHUEGO, all lowercase, all one word. Thank you so much to everybody who continues to donate to paypal.me/Phantm Phuego, and everyone who's made some donations to my Venmo at Phantm Phuego 42. That's Phantm Phuego 42. Every single dollar you guys donate helps me continue to push this thing forward, continue to keep this thing moving, rocking and rolling. It's such a blessing. I'm just glad I'm starting to touch people the way I've always wanted to, man. I'm just trying to be a beacon of hope, a beacon of inspiration, an unbiased news source that's going to give you these stories that you need to hear twice a week. And as we continue to expand, who knows? Maybe one day we'll be doing this more than twice a week, man. Give me the feedback, gang. Let me know what y'all think about that. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. And as always, shout to AJ's Kitchen. AJSKITCHINN. AJ's Kitchen at gmail.com for always blessing us with these amazing vegan entrees. Some great vegan food. Smoothie came with it as well today. These guys are above board, and they made me some vegan double Dutch cocoa chocolate chip cookies. Very rich, hearty. I can't eat all of these, so I'm definitely gonna bring some of these home to the fam. But thanks so much to AJ's Kitchen for, as always, blessing me with these organic, vegan, handmade, from scratch, amazing meals. AJ's Kitchen at gmail.com. AJ's Kitchen at gmail.com. You can also find them on Instagram and Twitter. AJSKITCHINN. AJ's Kitchen at gmail.com. Happiness served, order up. And I wouldn't shouts to a Tomb Race Pantry for the amazing infused topicals. And also we have a new sponsor this week. New sponsor this week. A new edible and gummy line has sent us over some samples, as well as agreed to come on and do some sponsor stuff, and we'll have some of their people on to be interviewed in a few days. But shouts to Granny's Goodies, a new up-and-coming company out of the Colorado area, and I think they also have a satellite in LA. Granny's Goodies, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, they do pop-ups in New York from time to time as well. Like, I know they have some pop-ups coming up in Jersey, Connecticut, and I believe some in New York. But I'll double check on their website. Granny's Goodies, both with a Z. Granny's with a Z, Goodies with a Z. Granny's Goodies. You can check out their Instagram and stuff. Very, very, very amazing, high quality edibles. Can't say enough about it, man. They're very good. They're very good. Granny's Goodies. They've got infused pizzas, infused cookies, infused pretty much anything, man. They sent me over infused gummies in a multitude of flavors. I got like mango, green apple, cherry, blueberry. They sent me over these infused cookies that are absolutely amazing. Um, I really can't say enough. I'm very highly impressed. Uh, the organization, the customers, the friendly staff over there. I imagine they have really good customer service. And all of the reviews I've been reading, people seem to really enjoy their cookies and their gummies and their pizzas. So, guys, if you're looking for a dope spot to get that stuff in your hands as 420 revs up and legalization is going, Virginia just officially legalized. New York officially came on board. So I mean, it's happening, man. It's happening. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the year, weed is fully legal. But we'll talk about that more. I'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Ghetto Point of View. We bring you the news, views, previews, and reviews. But just a twist of his Ghetto Point of View. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We'll be right back. Yeah, once again, we back, family. We back, family. So as always, I appreciate it. Please continue to share, subscribe to the show, tell a friend and tell a friend. Wednesdays and Sundays is when we get it in. That's when we get to it. It ain't nothing to it. You know how we do it. You know how we do it. It ain't nothing to it. Dum, 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 get it. Yeah, man. So in crypto news, guys, Tesla's landlord accepts crypto. Will Elon Musk pay rent in Bitcoin going forward? It's an article from Cointelegraph. Elon Musk will accumulate Bitcoin, but will he spend it? The Tesla CEO now has the chance to pay his rent in Bitcoin following its adoption by the real estate firm he uses. This is big, gang. After becoming a corporate pioneer in cryptocurrency adoption, Elon Musk could be about to take the next step and begin paying rent in Bitcoin. While no announcement has been made by the Techno King himself, news broke on Wednesday regarding a partnership between real estate firm Caruso Properties and the Gemini cryptocurrency exchange founded by the Winklevoss twins. Following the partnership, Caruso will accept Bitcoin payments for rent at its various retail and residential properties. The firm's deal with Gemini saw Caruso convert about 1% of its treasury into Bitcoin. Caruso owns the property that houses the Tesla dealership at the Americana at Brand Center in Glendale, California. Tesla's Musk has thus far proven to be a pioneering figure in the cryptocurrency space, at least among those in the eccentric billionaire bracket. After acquiring 1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin and then accepting Bitcoin as a payment for his Tesla vehicles, which he did a couple months ago, you guys remember we were talking about that. Would it be too much to expect from us to start paying rent in the digital cryptocurrency? Not at all. Ain't no point in you accepting it as payment if you can't convince others to as well. That's how we create more value. Owner Rick Caruso said there hadn't been a rush to pay rent using Bitcoin just yet, but noted that the investment the company made had already turned out to be profitable. I believe it's a good hedge and has already proven to be a good investment for us, said Caruso. Caruso appears to be planning for the future by opening his properties to the prospective Bitcoin buyers. He compared Bitcoin's adoption status to that of a credit card 50 years ago, an odd and often untrusted piece of technology that is now commonplace in modern-day society. I believe Bitcoin and blockchain are going to be doing the same in the future. We want to be ahead of the curve, Caruso said. CEO and co-founder of Gemini, Tyler Winklevoss, one of the Winklevoss twins, said his firm was thrilled to see cryptocurrency usage extended to real estate market, adding that the move would benefit both Caruso and its customers. We are thrilled to partner with Caruso as they continue to push the real estate sector to new heights by embracing cryptocurrency for the benefit of both their customer experience and their own business operations, said Winklevoss. That's crazy, man. When is everybody going to be paying rent? And crypto or some other currency is all I want to know, because it's coming. It is coming. It is coming. It's getting crazy, man. It is getting crazy. Mm-mm-mm. So there was a recent Facebook leak, and it put people's crypto information at risk. Let's check that out. Crypto at risk after Facebook leak. Here's how hackers can exploit your data. Another article from Cointelegraph, real quick. Attacks on digital asset exchanges and trading platforms have decreased drastically in recent years, but data leaks still have users vulnerable. Facebook is no stranger to data hacks and leaks, with the company having been on the receiving end of many high-profile security breaches in recent years. For example, back in 2018, the social media giant revealed that it had inadvertently exposed the personal information of more than 50 million users due to a small error in code. Listen to this, man. Thus allowing miscreants to gain access to its users' accounts. Similarly, in 2020, Mark Zuckerberg-led firm was embroiled in another major controversy when it came to light that thousands of developers had been able to access data from inactive platform users, again drawing the ire of many folks across the globe. Now, in 2021, the tech juggernaut has once again been hit with a fresh wave of data leaks. What? However, this time around, the number of users whose records were exposed were not 50 million, but a staggering 500. Yo, all right, when is it time to just be done with Facebook? On April 3rd, Alan Gall, chief technical officer of security firm Hudson Rock, revealed that sensitive personal information for over 500,000,000 Facebook users was shared on a well-trafficked hacking forum. To be more specific, the records included phone numbers, full names, locations, birth dates, bios, and in some cases, email addresses of over 553 million located users across a total of 100 countries. Not only that, of the above stated figure, 32 million users are apparently from the United States, while 11 million are from the UK. Lastly, this data, which is now doing the rounds online, has potentially put at risk the savings of millions of digital currency traders and hodlers who may be vulnerable to SIM swapping and other identity-based attacks, which have happened in recent years. This is crazy. What should be done? How exactly does this most recent breach place at risk the crypto assets of individuals? Dave Jevons, CEO of blockchain security firm CipherTrace, told Cointelegraph that people who have had their phone numbers leaked need to be extra cautious, since a lot of fraud involving digital assets hinges on such info, adding, "We've seen an increase in SIM swaps, phishing attacks, and other types of fraud involving cryptocurrencies that rely on acquiring the phone number of victims to execute." Leaked info about the identity of high-profile crypto users gave bad actors the ability to target them. He went on to add that individuals who believe their crypto may be at some sort of risk need to reconsider their existing privacy strategies, basically thinking twice before storing all their holdings in a centralized exchange that may leverage user phone numbers for two-factor authentication. Mm-mm-mm. Jevons further opined that managing one's own keys could be a better way to protect our valuables from being phished via the use of stolen phone numbers. However, he conceded that even that may not be enough. Phishing attackers can still use other means of acquiring account and address information, but it's much harder. Providing a take on that matter, Ben Diggles, co-founder and chief revenue officer for Constellation, a scalable enterprise-grade blockchain creating a standard for securing data in transit, told Cointelegraph that Facebook's latest security lapse is not surprising, especially since most of its users of the social media platform tend to adhere to a different mindset, i.e., they like the world to be managed and organized for them. Ooh. So out of your sheer laziness is what's causing this problem. Wow. He added that for most users, if they forget their password, they can have the system reset it for them. Not only that, they can, in Diggle's view, Most folks using Facebook aren't even totally aware of how big their digital footprint actually is, a facet that Facebook doesn't make too obvious either, adding, those who are crypto holders that were on the list have little to worry about unless they were storing descriptive details of their holdings and access on their Facebook account. However, these hackers have gotten really sophisticated, so I have no idea what tricks they have up their sleeves with regards to scraping into specific crypto wallets and exchanges. Scraping info specific to crypto wallets and exchange. Oh, okay. That said, as a precautionary measure, he believes that it would be best for most users to change their passwords across all of their social media accounts, as well as other platforms that share data with Facebook. Does decentralization matter? It definitely does. And I personally need to get more decentralized. I personally do my crypto on centralized exchanges, which, puts you at risk for hacks. And while I have advisors around me who are, advising me, because I haven't really invested too heavily yet, even if they do get hacked, what are you losing in the grand scheme of things? This is more for me to learn the cryptos and educate myself on the crypto space. And as I am ready to invest larger and larger and larger amounts, hundreds of thousands, etc., having your own keys, having your own wallets separate from the centralized exchanges is a much better way to operate. And going forward, everybody's going to have wallets and be more decentralized anyway, quote unquote. So, it'll eventually get there for people, whether we want to or not. But having a decentralized operation status, which means you control your own keys. You may have a physical wallet like a hard drive or a flash drive that's encrypted with passwords. You may have a multiple flash drives or hard drives wallets which are encrypted with passwords and contain your keys, along with your security sentences, your security series of words. But just something to think about. Also, it's very costly to transfer out of exchanges to wallets. So just something to think about. That's why they're coming out with the different coins which have lesser fees than Bitcoin, use less electricity than Bitcoin per transaction. Ethereum 2, Bitcoin Lightning are all, even Ripple, XRP are always they're looking at having lighter, more efficient transactions happen. But when we get to a point where we have, completely renewable energy sources, will those transaction fees and how much electricity we're using matter as much? Many analysts and professionals in the space say no, it will not. My Ghetto point of view says diversify your assets, learn more about being able to defend and keep your crypto away from all of these hackers, because that is going to continue to happen as people continue to trip, slip, fall into this space, as the rest of society stops taking cash and stops taking other forms of transactions and tells you need to come and pay with your crypto wallet. A lot of people are going to get hacked. There's going to be a ton of people getting taken advantage of. So the more we learn about it now, gang, the better off we'll be as this thing continues to rev ahead, because it's going forward whether we want it to or not. It's going forward whether we want it to or not. Article continues on the subject. Eli Arkush, a cloud solutions engineer at cybersecurity firm Global Dots, opined that having a backend system of a platform distributed using blockchain technology might make it a bit harder on the hackers to get a hold of user info. That is true. However, once credentials fall into the wrong hands, password reuse can become an issue. Similarly, Diggles believes that few people are educated enough to understand why decentralization actually counts, since in theory everything already seems fairly decentralized in their experience, at least from a digital standpoint. He added that most people don't know that the internet plays by its own rules, and thus when he tells people about how technologies such as Brave and the basic attention token work, it's mind-blowing to them. Most people aren't aware of their involvement in the grander data world, and I can see why humans have been conditioned to think centralization is safer. He added, if users are made aware that the value of being siphoned off of them every day, I think they would change behaviors quickly. That's a fact. And even This dude who's running for mayor out in New York, Andrew Yang, said that, the money is in the data collection and the data mining, and companies being able to take your data and use it to completely curate and curate and create a whole marketing plan, marketing strategy, marketing ploy, advertising ploy that completely is unique to you and people who think and act and buy and shop and spend their money, most importantly, at the places and on the things that you do and you like. And the more of that information they get, the more and more they can just create a narrative for you, control your spending, control your likes, control your dislikes, and create needs that you didn't know you had. However, Stephen Wilson, a member of the Australian government's National Blockchain Roadmap Cybersecurity Working Group and CEO of security services provider Lockstep Group, is of the opinion that, contrary to what some people believe, it is never a good idea to save personal information of any sort on the blockchain system. Interesting, given that Governor Cuomo just put all of the New York stuff on an IBM blockchain. Damn. He pointed out that the type of personal information breached by Facebook should never be stored in a blockchain, and even if one does, such data can never be totally protected by blockchain with any sort of long-term effectiveness. He stated that further that there are many different facets of decentralization and distributed systems. Adding blockchain and DLTs usually only decentralize some aspects of data management. They don't usually decentralize data storage in any relevant sense because they tend to duplicate ledgers entries across multiple. Right. So if you put all of people's passwords and stuff into a blockchain, it's going to take that information and break it up and duplicate it thousands and millions of times over, so there's always constant backups of it. And even if I have a fraction of the information, I can replicate that information with enough information nodes or other hubs of your information. Because, like, let's say you have a piece of paper. When that piece of paper gets broken up digitally to be encrypted, let's say that piece of paper gets chopped up in 1,000 pieces, and 1,000 computers all 1,000 computer systems or computer nodes all have one piece of that paper, 1,000th of that piece of paper. Each of those nodes can replicate, based off that 1,000th of a piece, the rest of it by getting information from the other nodes. So it's crazy, man. Yes, it'll be transparent on who has access to the information for the most part, but there will be people that can sneak around that. And now there's thousands of copies of your personal information out there. So definitely an interesting read, gang. Definitely an interesting read. Please do check this out. Shout to Cointelegraph for the dope article. Shout to Cointelegraph for the dope articles, man. Very educational, very informative, very interesting. It's your boy Phantm Phuego. This is his ghetto point of view. We bring you the news, views, previews, and reviews with just a twist to his ghetto point of view. Ooh. Let me talk about cryptocurrency too. You dig me? Gonna take a quick break, gang. Be right back. Yeah, we back, gang. We back. So I saw an absolutely amazing movie, and I'm not gonna lie. I thought this shit was gonna be hot garbage. I'm not gonna lie. Shout to the fam, because I didn't want to watch this shit, and I thought it was gonna be some bullshit, but it turned out to be an amazing film. It's called Concrete Cowboys, and it actually follows the story of these cowboys, these actual black African American cowboys that are in Philadelphia, particularly in the Fletcher Street area, where they have like stables and stuff. And apparently there was a huge amount of stables and cowboy life in that area for a very long time, for hundreds of years. And now eventually that land has been seen as prime real estate. It's been taken and rezoned, redistributed, repurposed. Developers have come in and just bought it right up under the Cowboys, who may not be always the most financially savvy individuals, living more by simple means, not really having this quote unquote needing for ownership of the land by modern day definitions, just more by moral codes. And while that definitely works in a society that's more traditional, today's day, they've you see this usurping of the land from people right up under them. And to me, I find that disgusting, because you're just using the modern machine, self-eating, self-deprecating, self-destructive machine to cause more death and destruction, and deprive more people of something that was theirs, and you have no right to actually take. But because you wrote some papers up in some courtroom and threw a check to a couple judges and attorneys and some sheriffs and police officers, allegedly, you can kind of pretty much get away with whatever you want under this fake law system, fake real law system. But anyway, that's just my rant. But it stars Idris Elba, and it also has a very good ensemble cast. I really liked the movie. I highly recommend it. It was dope. Pretty much Idris's son is this troubled teen, and his mom brings him to live with Idris, and he learns the whole cowboy life and the history. And they actually had real they actually had real cowboys in the film. So I liked it a lot, man. I thought it was a great film. I thought it was absolutely great films. Very different than the 1970s, 1980s film. This one is very dope. You can catch it on Netflix. I really enjoyed it. Caleb McLaughlin, famous from Stranger Things, plays Idris Elba's son. His name is Cole. And and Jarrell Jerome from How They See Us plays the character Smush. Great cast, man. Great cast. Lorraine Toussaint plays Nessie. Method Man plays the character Leroy. It's a great film, man. Definitely check it out. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna like it a lot. I can't say enough good things about it. Check it out, man. And then the fact that it has so many actually real riders from Philly in the film, including Caleb McLaughlin's would-be love interest in the movie. It's great films, man. Check it out. Highly recommend it. I can't say enough about it. Concrete Cowboy. It's on Netflix. You'll enjoy it. I give it 10 out of 10 matches. Story was great. I rarely give something 10 matches, but the fact that I thought this was going to be absolute trash, and it blew me away from the interaction between a father and son, the historical learning of the culture of the black cowboys. They literally went into talking about all these different the Lone Ranger and stuff was black, and nobody really knows these things, and black cowboys are kind of being just pushed out of history, and everybody's acting like they didn't exist, and they're literally physically going through this. This is all based on real accounts of what's going on, which is why they were able to bring in these real cowboys. What I didn't like, though, is in classic film fashion, they took one of the brothers in the film and they put him in a wheelchair, which I thought was trash, and I found that in a lot of current films that are being done by European or Caucasian directors, that the black men are always emasculated in these fashions. You're in a wheelchair, you're a cripple, you're homeless, you're a deadbeat dad, you're good for nothing, you're a druggie, you're an alcoholic, you have cancer, you have some type of crippling disease in your life, you're a jailbird, you've lost your family to a Caucasian man. These constant tropes are being put into these movies over and over, and of course Concrete Cowboy was no different. But aside from that, it was a great film. I'm not going to hold that against them. I'm still going to give them 10 matches. It's dope. It's a really good film. You'll really enjoy it. Check it out. Watch it with the fam. Watch it by yourself. It's educational. It's informative. I don't know why they didn't release this during Black History Month. I think this film would have went even to greater heights during Black History Month because it has a lot of historical context in it as well, based on what's going on in and around Philly. So just my cup of tea. Just his ghetto point of view. Just my perspective. I think this film should have came out during Black History Month, and I wouldn't be surprised if next year during Black History Month there's a big push to get people to see this film. So Concrete Cowboys, very dope films. Check it out. This has been an amazing show. I definitely appreciate you guys. Thank you so much getting out of here today. Lots of things to do. If you haven't, it's 420 coming up again. Make sure you turn up, roll it everywhere. My single that I put out last year for 420. It's the 1 year anniversary of it. Oh boy, I roll it. Please show us some love, gang. Please show us some love. It's literally available to stream absolutely everywhere on every single platform. It's spelled regular, ROLLIT. Phantm Phuego's Roll It. Stream it, download it, buy it. Play it at all your joints that you're going to from 420. Play it at all the events leading up to 420. Play it at every single event you go to that's 420 friendly. Roll It is the record you should be rolling, smoking, dabbing, slamming, eating edibles too. Thanks so much to everybody who've been showing the record love, spinning it out of control. It's much appreciated. It's your boy Phantm Phuego. Thanks so much to those who continue to tell a friend about the show. If this was your first time, welcome, and I hope you had an amazing experience. Like the show, subscribe to the show, hit the notification bell, hit the heart, hit the bell, hit all on it if that's what your platform does. So whether you're on Anchor, shouts to Anchor for everything they let us do. Shouts to Spotify, shouts to Tidal. Even though Tidal ain't Tidal no more, but that's a different conversation. Google. So whether you're on Google Podcast, any of them, you can make sure that you get every single episode sent right to you immediately as it's posted. Love you, gang. Thank you so much. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com for any questions, comments, critiques, criticisms, business inquiries, business opportunities, venture opportunities, interview proposals. Send them all there, gang. And as always, please continue to donate. PayPal.me/Phantm Phuego. PayPal.me/Phantm Phuego. And Venmo at Phantm-Phuego-42. That's PHANTM PHUEGO-42. Love, gang. Thank you so much for rocking and vibing. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world at this time, but y'all here with me, and I'm humbled and truly appreciate that. And I will make sure to keep elevating up and making this the entertaining, engaging, enlightening, informative place that you like to come vibe. Join the family if you haven't done so already. Add us on Instagram. Follow us everywhere. Donate. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit them notification bells. Make sure you like, favorite the show. Add it to your playlist on Spotify or any other Apple Podcasts or on Google Podcasts. And gang, see you in a few days. You know how we do. We'll be right back at it. Like a crack at it. Never a bad habit. So mathematics. Hey. I'm just playing on these balls, gang. Love y'all so much. Peace.